Once you've located the Facebook website, you're going to have to sign up for an account. The account is free, and Facebook asks for a little bit of information about you so that it knows who is setting up an account, and it also could give you the ability to access your account and keep it private from anybody that you don't want to have access to. So you'll notice that on the Facebook page you'll have your sign up information. These are different input boxes that you're going to be utilizing to then type in the requested information. To type in any one of the input boxes, you're going to take your mouse arrow up to the input box you'd like to type in. You'll notice that when you get your mouse arrow on top of the input box, your mouse arrow will turn into a large capital letter I. This is indicating this is an area that you could type. You then click your left mouse button one time and you'll see the blinking cursor appear in that box. So the first box we need to fill out is our first name box. So let's go ahead and type in our first name. When you want to then type in the next box, you're going to take your mouse pointer over to the box you would like to type in, click your left mouse button one time. You'll notice that the blinking cursor then automatically appears in that input box, and now you could type in your last name. What we have to do now is continue to fill out the information so we could create our account. So we're going to keep repeating the steps. We're going to take our mouse arrow down to the box for entering our email address. You're going to click one time to tell the computer you'd like to type in that input box, and then you could type in your email address, and then you'll also be selecting your password and then giving the information about your birth date and also your gender. Again, this helps Facebook understand who is using their service. Now, obviously, the information that you're typing in terms of your email address and password will be specific to you, but we're going to go ahead and go through the process together. And again, so the email address that we have is studentgso for Get Seniors Online at gmail.com. We then move our mouse arrow down. It does ask us to re-enter that email address to make sure that we have entered it correctly. So then we click our left mouse button in the re-enter email input box. We then have our blinking cursor in that box, and we type our email address in again, which is studentgso at gmail.com. And then we have to come down and select a password. The password again is going to be something that only you should know, so that you again are the only one that has access to posting things on your Facebook wall and sharing things with your friends that you have invited to see your information. So we take our mouse arrow down to the new password input box, click one time, and then we could begin typing. So just for something easy, I'm going to use Get Seniors Online. Now you'll notice that as you were typing that in, you saw little black dots instead of the actual text. That enables you to type that in, and so that anybody that was around you would not be able to see what you were typing. If you find that you're typing in your password and you think that you've made an error, you should use the backspace key, erase it completely off, and type that in again. You also want to make sure that you do remember what your password is, because you're going to be utilizing your email address and your password to enter into your Facebook account every time going forward when you go to Facebook. You then come down, again you're going to select your birth date from the input boxes. The way that you do that, again, these are drop down lists. You take your mouse arrow over to the gray arrow pointing down, click one time with your left mouse button to show the entire list of options. When you want to select from the list, you take your mouse arrow, put it over top of the item in the list that you'd like to select, and click your left mouse button. The list will disappear and the item you selected will appear in the box. And you have to do that for the month, the date, and then also the year. Again, so you click the down arrow of the drop down menu. You then get the entire list. You'll notice that sometimes the information you're looking for will not appear in the current list as it's displayed, but on the right hand side of the list you do have your scroll bar. You could look through the items that are in that drop down list by using the scroll bar. So if I want to go down and see dates that are farther back in terms of the year, I'm going to use the bottom arrow of the scroll bar. Every time I click my left mouse button, I will move farther down that screen. When I find the date that I would like to select, I put my mouse over top of that item. That item will turn blue I could then click my left mouse button one time, and that item will be selected and the drop-down list will close. The last item I have to select to set up my account is my gender. Again, you do this with your mouse. You just take your mouse over the option of your gender. You click one time on the little radio button dot that is right before the gender that you would like to select. Click it one time and you'll notice a blue dot will appear in that gender option. So once you have filled out your first and last name, your email address twice, you've selected a password, you've selected your birth date and your gender, you could then come down and click the sign up button, and again you do that with your left mouse button. When you select that, it will automatically create that account for you.